the marshy realm where our party currently sits. Nearby, let you decide how close, the butchered carcass of a mock dragon rests. A Draco-form creature that is reminiscent of if you took the great drakes, the great dragons, the ancient dragons of old, and you merged and you put those features onto something the body proportions of a lion or a tiger, a great cat, and then you scaled it up to the size of a Clydesdale. That lies defeated nearby. Recently slain a great nuisance and threat to the Reed village, the Reed clan village, not far away. Jahari, the group's Manticora ranger, had butchered it, taking obvious signs of a clean kill, packed them into a small satchel, attached the spare favor of the Legion, the century that you had been deputized into, essentially. Auxiliary is the military term. And made haste, being a ranger, having Titan-scarred realm as his preferred domain, preferred terrain. When moving alone, he moves like the wind, both in speed and invisibility, because he can move through without drawing any attention, without disturbing a leaf that he did not intend to disturb. What had taken the group as a whole about 2.5 hours to arrive to, he had run half an hour back and returned 1/2 hour later, having turned over that little neat parcel of proof of a slain mock dragon to the sergeant that was in charge of the small detachment from the Century. His name, Tilk. During that time, the party had rested, taking a short break. Probably not enough time to start a fire, but still enough time to rest, sit, find a dry spot near a tree maybe, have some food if you eat, or if you just want to feel good about eating. You know, having some of those little creature comforts while you're out in the wilderness. Jahari is on his way back, and we return to our party as they sit beneath a large, I believe, a large cypress. A cypress tree sitting in the marsh. Is that even something with cypress in it? Tell me it has cypress in it.
It is. It's cypress is actually its first scent note. That's why I grabbed
it. In Forest Wilds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cypress, pine, cedar, spruce, and fir,
lighter?
and amber.
Got the fire right here.
Oh, shit. Thanks.
Light that shit. Put it right here. Yeah.
Fire!
Oh, that's a drill bit.
Yeah. Found it on the floor.
What if we
Thank
need
you.
it?
It's been missing.
I stepped on it.
Thank you
Oh,
for
I'm
finding
sorry.
it with your flesh.
Thank you for finding it with your foot. Yeah. Using the product the way it's intended. All right. Very cool. Sitting beneath a cypress tree.
Samira, do you want me to go? I can go over there and like lift parts up and stuff. You should. update your book with a drawing. When else are you going to see one up close like this? This is real information for you, right?
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. Absolutely, that would be lovely.
And I don't really get wet, so hold on. And she just starts like toddler running off into the water. Splash, 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 splash. Okay, what parts do you need me to? Not that part. Jahari's got. Don't look at that part. That's really nasty.
Can you hold up one of its feet? I'd like to get sort of the breadth and span of its paws.
Do you need me for scale?
Samira just whips out her book and just kind of crouches low and, in her best efforts, attempts to draw.
It is a massive claw that is it's like a bear paw. So it's got enough posable digit to it that it can grip something, but it's still a big. It's still meaty.
Imagine me with elf ears, but they don't want to stay right now, and I don't have enough patience in me to keep putting them on. Imagination, people.
Please, theater of the mind here.
But it's about the size of Admatha's head. This paw,
which stands to show why it was utterly terrifying to encounter. Alas, we seem to have bested this owl creature.
God, we didn't have to worry about the thing.
Yes, that was very strange. I don't think there's any notes in here about green gases coming out.
What
of
did it
its
smell
poison.
like? Oh,
Poison.
What kind?
The kind they use in Glividatel.
That seems a bit something strange. That
More gifts for their neighbors?
I don't think so. I think this is just where they got it from. Or at least something similar to this.
So the natural source is these fellas.
as you push it over, you get a whiff of something you had never smelled before.
That's fun.
It's chemical. It's pungent and irritating. For a real life smell that you are smelling, it's bleach.
I don't have that candle.
No, we're not lighting a bleach candle.
I don't.
Right?
I don't have this candle. What do I do now?
It would smell like strawberries. That's an Ichigo reference.
No, you did that.
I was trying real hard not to just go bunkai.
You fucking filthy trash weaves. I love you all so much.
All right. You're writing that down?
No, actually relevant notes about the mock dragon.
Yes.
The well-behaved child over here.
As you moved its mouth, as you were pushing it, you must have impacted a spot where a pouch was beneath its skin, and it just lets out a small puff. It stings the eyes, it burns the nose. It's an overwhelming smell that even Samira, sitting a little bit further away on the dry patch, can smell it. And it almost has this lingering greenish hue to it as it wafts into the air.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Is that that creature?
Yeah, I think I might have disturbed something on the inside.
Maybe come back over here. I really don't trust whatever is emanating out of that creature. I'd really rather you not get hurt. Perhaps we can save the drawing for another time.
I don't actually need to.
But poisons won't affect you?
In my experience, doesn't bother me as much.
Oh, that's very interesting. She kind of flips a couple of pages and just writes down another scribble of a note.
Connery double checking things in the book.
I have.
You don't have to shout it out.
Okay.
I can look it up.
All right, look up Ritual Born, my friend. I mean, I haven't necessarily intentionally tried to poison myself before, and I guess I don't know if anyone's tried to do it to me, but I remember once my adopted family ate this piece of meat and they all got really sick for a while, and I seemed pretty good about it, and they were really upset about it, and I had to do the hair holding the entire time because I was the only one who wasn't retching.
Bless your heart.
It was really terrible. But anyway, so yeah, if there's anything else on here you were interested about for your updated notes, let me know. And but Cleek seems to know about it.
Yeah, you've seen.
No, just what it breathes out.
So, a poison can be harvested from the mock dragon. How is it deployed?
Ooh. You were never privy to seeing it being used.
Good
you just
dance.
knew it was something harvested.
I never really saw it being used. I knew it was something that harvested from it. But poisons can be used on pretty much anything. Blades, drink, food, gas.
That's well, I mean, I'm happy that you didn't have first-hand experience, but also I'm regrettably lacking the information to know if we could use this for something now.
Remember when I got it to the face, they learned pretty quickly it doesn't affect me like they would want.
Very interesting. I can certainly say that while it might have purpose or use, I personally really would rather not be the one to discover it, if I'm frank, as I don't seem to have the same advantages either of you both have. So if you don't mind, I shall keep my distance.
Fair. Let's not poison those who need to breathe.
Preferably, yeah.
Just drops upon them. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Kleeg's off to the side with a rag, just sort of wiping down the blade to make sure that there's no gross blood and gut residue that would get into the sheath. Oh, it's dull again.
How can you tell?
I can tell because it doesn't hurt as bad.
Oh, it's kind of looked pretty terrible. That you came with that one, right? And by you came with that one, I mean like when you first came into my vision and I saw you for the very first time, you had that.
It is one of the same place my armor's from. Livid.
And it all looks terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really didn't care the status of what we really looked like unless it was for show.
Do you want new clothes? We've got a lot of money, and a lot of us we don't spend it on like food and stuff. We could spend it on something nice so that maybe you don't have to wear stuff that reminds you of bad stuff.
Also reminds me of where I came from, where I'm not going back to. So it's not the worst. If I do get something new, I'll get it, but it's not priority. Most people tend to avoid me anyway, and if I look disgusting, they have more of a reason besides my face to do so.
Yeah, it also gets us kicked out of places.
Yeah, well, I'm used to that.
Yeah, but like, I wanted to be in there.
I don't think that was because of me personally. I think whatever they set up didn't want me to walk in.
Well, their magic needs more nuance.
Agree to that.
Maybe you can go back and fix it one day.
It would be fun if they let me play with it a little bit. I'm sure if I had enough time, I could figure it out. I figured it out from how to identify things just from spending some time with. I hope he's okay in the village.
I hope he's leaving that poor woman alone.
I honestly think she can handle herself as well.
Fair point.
All right. Off in the distance, you hear, actually, I'm thinking about it, you wouldn't hear shit. So as not to be randomly stabbed.
You do have my blade out.
There is a snap of a twig.
I just imagine Jahari being like,
It's essentially what he did. Because there he stands holding a twig, just kind of snapped in half.
Smart.
Oh, it's fast.
Back so soon.
It's what I do.
Are we really that slow? We are really slow.
No, you're quick enough. this is a lot quicker than having to move around a cart.
That's fair. Then you also have to consider the horse.
I just move faster alone. Simple fact.
Mm.
Now, just give me just a short breather, and we can get back on the road. We were going to the Apple Clan, correct? Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their Troublesome Lake is out that direction.
Duke sends his regards, by the way.
How's the oven doing?
They had it together. It looked more like a forge, but
You could make food in a forge.
you could. They were having trouble with temperatures. Everything was coming out like a brick charcoal. I had to inform them that that's not the preferred way.
We should have taught them about jerky.
I gave them a few extra pointers and made my way back.
Oh, thank you.
They're hoping that maybe they can use what you brought as a peace offering to read, and then maybe they'll let outsiders in. They seem very off-put by anybody that isn't one of the Broadreach clans.
So it appears.
Just give me a small breather, drink some water, have a quick snack, and then they will get back on the road, guiding you along.
How are you feeling?
Okay. I'm pretty bruised up, sore, just...
They didn't breathe on you, right?
No. No.
Okay, that's good. That seems really good.
I just took a tumble. I took worse. I'm fine. He's still... Oh wait, no, he isn't caked in mud. That's what I meant to point out. He left caked in mud. He has returned not so caked in mud. Honestly, it looks like he might have bathed.
Just imagine running so fast that your hair is just like...
just dries and crumbles off.
Stuck in a
Very
fucking...
efficient.
Oh no!
No, he
Cat Kellic.
he looks like he did a full-on like shower or bathed, as everything looks pretty clean. So just give me well, obviously except for his feet.
Well, that'd be very impressive and concerning otherwise. Yeah. We were just having... We were taking notes for Samira's... for the Yugman margins, so, take your time. You sure you want me to hold up some more stuff?
Oh, I think I've elaborated on enough here. For now, I really don't want to go anywhere near one of these for a while if I can help it. Rather unpleasant experience. She sort of gestures to herself, still not necessarily caked in mud, but still wearing a vague, mudded imprint of Jahari from when he had run into her. If anything, I'd rather avoid mud for a time.
Bad news. She just gestures out forward to the marsh we're in.
Maybe we can find some clean water on the way.
Yes, that would be lovely.
I'll find something, and I'll make sure we stop when we get there. For now, catch my breath, then we get on. The second half of your short rest happens. Jahari is able to get his little abilities back. What did he have? What do rangers get at that level? Does he have any activatables?
No.
No, he just has his archery style. That's what he got.
Yeah.
And his spells.
Yep.
And he used this hit die for that health back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he used one of the two.
After a short time, having something to drink, having a small snack, up on your feet, and Jahari does a quick stretch. Alright. Still feel it, but I can go. Takes a look, looks up at the trees around, touches the ground for a second. Okay, this way. He starts putting you on your journey as you head further in the direction of the Apple Clan. Now, on your, you can see how far Reed is to the Apple Clan. I gave you a legend for how far it is.
Yes, the 25-mile marker on the bottom.
There's a there's a distance marker
sorry,
at the bottom.
The length of this
Yes.
word is 25 miles.
The half-blinded one reading the map.
Just, it's fine.
So it looks more like 33.
I just know
Give or
how much Cake likes maps.
I do like maps. Yeah? Between 35, 40 miles.
Between you know, I can pull it up myself too. I hear that's helpful.
But also, Gleek's actually you've been out here before, right?
Yeah, actually, maybe closer to 50. I have.
Is there anything interesting out here in between on the way that we should stop and see?
No. Definitely should not stop here at all.
Well, that seems pessimistic. There has to be something interesting. Just because it's dangerous doesn't mean it's not interesting.
I think lots of people usually put danger a little bit more. They rank it a little bit more importantly than interest.
Granted, at the time, I was the danger.
Give me the numbers between the two.
14 and 15?
14 and 15. So yeah, that's about 50.
Okay.
It's going to be a 50-mile trek.
Ooh.
Yep.
I wish I was in shape like my character is.
Well, when you walk that long every day, very quickly, I imagine. Oh, God.
Just to let you know, casual hikers do like the average person casually hiking can do 2 to 3 miles an hour.
That makes sense.
You have a ranger with you though, so you can travel about between 5 and 10 miles an hour. That depends on Jahari's roll. So you could make this in one day.
Oh. How zoomy is our zoom? Is our zoomer?
Can I assist on the survival check?
Yes, you may assist. Let's see here. You would if you succeed, you provide advantage.
He normally gets advantage.
He normally gets advantage. Advantage with 1 reroll.
Oh.
That's what I'll do with it for now. I want to try something.
I rolled a 15.
15?
Yeah.
All right. Let me double check. Actually, there's an actual DC for traveling through the Hornsaw. For making movement. That will provide advantage. Okay, you're not a hindrance. Sorry, DC 14 is slow moving.
Okay.
You're not a hindrance.
You're not going to specifically give him advantage for going fast.
Got it. Please be better. All right, that is a 18
All right.
from Jahari.
That is the fast pace number. So not only will he be helping you move along that much faster, that means you are going to be traveling, we'll say 10 miles per hour. He's got you moving.
Really good.
He's almost got you guys at what feels like a jog at times. But you feel, because of his confidence and where he's leading you, that confidence and that awareness is helping you move much swifter than you would if you had to walk on your own. So this means you could make this trek 5 hours. Well before sundown. I just have to see if anything happens along the way.
We're going fast, but that might be fastly towards danger.
Yeah, it was could make it.
I mean, the faster we go, the less likely Ada gets
Oh,
distracted
not a
by
D20.
something and is like, "Oh, but what's over here? What's that?" Right? Because she's got to keep running, right? Just got little blinders on the side of her face.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Please no blood moths.
Oh God! Fuck those moths! Damn it!
As you're traveling, you're keeping a pretty, like I said, a very good pace. Make perception tests.
Oh.
Okay.
Not for Jahari.
Whis.
I don't have it. That's right. Oh.
Oh dear. Wait, what'd you roll?
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
That's
then
actually a 21.
all right, someone's got it. We're good.
We're good. We're good.
Okay. Okay. I was about to say, is this time for fortune? Is it day one? We needed fortune.
Two things are recognizable in this moment. Oh, it's there. One, it's quiet. It's maybe 3 p.m. 3 hands past noon. For those of you going out into the woods, you can track the current time. This about equals an hour, so if you can stack your hand, you can count how many hours it is till sunset. Usually. I was the Boy Scout. When I say quiet, you recognize you haven't heard a bird. You haven't heard rustling of leaves beside your footsteps. You haven't heard chittering in the trees, scampering of claws on bark as small rodents ran about. Squirrels are technically. You realize the only thing you hear are the footfalls of you, Samira, and Admatha. Because the second thing you notice is Jahari's gone.
Cleek holds out a hand in front of the others. And Cleek has been very on edge traveling through this forest. It's too quiet.
Isn't that good? We've been working really hard to not be so loud.
There's no birds chirping. No sound of life aside from our footsteps. And where the fuck did Jahari go?
As you look around, you can't see him at all.
I could send Alduin to get a overhead look.
Yeah. Before we move any further.
Agreed.
I don't trust not having our guide here, and I don't trust how quiet it is.
Also, if we keep running without Jahari to lead us, we might get lost. She kind of leans forward and dusts off some of a twig or so from the dress, and as she leans forward, Alduin pulls out from the back and thank you. Could you?
The crow makes a small caw and then starts to flutter up into the air. That's when Clee hears the third thing. You rolled a nat 20. You hear the sound of a bowstring pulling taut.
Nope, right, call him back.
Okay. Alduin,
We mean no harm.
Who are you talking to?
What's Alduin's AC?
I don't have it written down. Probably something pitiful.
No.
It's just a little bird. Little bird. I do not have. It is for
I
fun
get it.
familiar. I have a handwritten one, not the actual card.
That's fine. I have the stats for a raven. AC 12.
That's more than I'd expect for a bird, to be honest.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
It's still not good, though.
Size bonuses.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a size bonus. Just as you say, call him back, we mean no harm, there's that snap. And an arrow flies out He has 1 hit point, so
Yeah, he's gonna dissipate automatically.
the arrow hits, and Alduin turns into a burst of shadow and energy.
Did
As
what's
the
word I'm looking
arrow
for?
slams into an opposite tree.
I might
Okay.
mean harm.
Samira is going to trace the arrow's direction, like backwards,
Mhm.
kind of where it came from. Does she see anything?
Yes. And you
Uh-oh.
get the vibe it's because they want you to see now. As you notice 4 green cloaks and leather armor, hoods drawn up. Stalking out of the trees, you see their faces have been covered in tattoos, creating a swirling camouflage across their face. And they all carry a rather wicked smile on their faces. As they emerge, you notice that one has brown braided hair that hangs down off one side, bones twisted through it. An elf. As you can see, his ears beneath the hood, just kind of pushing it up in that, the shape. This is welcome to the Hornsaw Forest. That was a warning shot, and we're happy to fire a few more. Unless you tell us what brings you here. As you hear more bowstrings get taut.
Searching for a missing elf.
A missing elf. Well, let's get on with introductions then. Who are you?
Leak.
Klieg. In need of a shower.
Just killed a mock dragon, of course we do.
Oh. Someone has sand. Good. And, you?
Samira.
Samira. Of... He looks you up and down.
Cleric of Hadrada. I hail from Hollowfaust.
He points to your holy symbol on himself, just kind of taps where it is. He says, we abide him here.
There's somewhat of a relaxation in Samira's movements as she, at the moment, is choosing to put her faith in the fact that they will make righteous decisions in the name of balance and justice as a result, but she's still giving them a hard stare.
And Cleek hasn't taken their eyes off of them. There's just, if anyone had looked at a corpse, if someone had taken a corpse, stood it upright, that's about how much movement Cleek is making, aside from responding.
After feeling Klieg's stare, he turns and looks to Edmatha. And you, looks you up and down. Ephemeral one.
Pick something. You don't care what my name is, so pick something pleasing.
Oh no, I care. I care a lot.
You don't care about my bird.
Hmm.
You shot Alduin. You shot him. That's not a warning. You shot him. What warning was Alduin given?
You're in the Hornsaw. Life fights here. If you die in the Hornsaw, it's because you weren't prepared. Are you prepared? Are any of you prepared? As he pulls back his hood, you can see he's pierced. Like, decent-sized gauges in his lobes, hanging down beneath the elven cut of his ears. Rings along the underside of each ear. Just underneath the leather armor, you can see a pair of rings poking up from collarbone hoops. And a sharp dagger-like point on a septum piercing.
Don't make them hot.
I'm just describing an elf. Describing an elf who likes things, okay? Things.
He likes things too.
The hair is in a almost... It's almost a herringbone pattern braid that ties tight at the back of the neck.
Continue.
It's a very educational stream today, and by educational I mean of cakes kinks.
And 3 slashes through the eyebrow. What?
You're fine.
Describing
You're
a
fine.
punk
Question.
elf ranger, all right?
Is it from Dead Man's roster? Did you create them?
I'm embellishing right now, all right? I'm embellishing.
Yeah.
Purposeful tattoos, piercings. Fuck off.
I'm just describing tattoos. Anyway. The other two, who also seem like... also remember that swirling style camouflage tattoo work across the face. It's almost...
I haven't forgotten.
That empty, that negative space leaf pattern that you get, but it's obviously tattooed on the skin. The others fan out, bows taut, arrows ready. Where was I? Yes. We represent the Hornsaw Sentinels. We're here to make sure that no one disturbs our home. The Hornsaw deserves to grow and thrive. And it doesn't need looks at Matha up and down. It doesn't need the dead walking around in it, or those that look like they might be. No, it needs to be allowed to be the Hornsaw. You're off the path now. You're in our domain. So you're searching for a missing elf. Where are they missing? Where are they missing from? Give us some details so we can decide that you can either stay or you can be asked to leave. And as he says asked to leave, the bow draws tighter on one of the other elves.
There is a slight jingle as the chain across the sword also gets gripped. They were around there. From Fox.
Oh, so you're looking for Broadreach elves.
The only ones that haven't tried to kill us on sight.
Because they're weak. They keep trying to change this forest. It's our forest. The Hornsaw is how it should be. We don't care about your elf. But from what we saw of your little dance with that dragon thing, your little mock dragon, you've earned a modicum of respect from us. We haven't decided yet if we want to test it a little further. As his hand moves over to the sheath of his blade on his hip, he looks like he has a short sword, a curved elven style short sword. And just as he does that, there's a twang and the whistle of an arrow through the air as it slams into the ground at the arch of his foot. And he stops. I thought the other one died. And you hear from the trees, I meant to miss that one. And then from somewhere, another tree, you hear, I won't miss again.
Plague's neck cracks with a sickly crunch as they just tilt their head over to look. And look back at the sentinels. Leave us be. Your forest is your forest.
All right, some rolls. Intimidation check with advantage because Jahari, I rolled for Jahari to do some stuff, and he caught them showing up and gave you an advantage in this negotiation moment. So you get to roll intimidation. You two can roll knowledge arcana, or knowledge nature, or knowledge religion.
Something.
Wow, they're not called knowledge skills anymore. Fuck, that was my 3.5 showing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I hate
It's
you,
been
man.
years. It's been so many years I can't kick it. I played
fortunately need
3.5
it.
so much.
No, I rolled a 19 or a 15.
Not just you.
Okay.
Intelligence, arcana, lore, or arcana, religion, or nature.
What is your opinion? That would be this, with my added bonus. Average.
You're doing a different skill than me, which means you might get different lore than me. So I'm more inclined to say you should use it so that we get more information.
Oh,
Because I'm an information slut.
They have a passive wisdom save.
I have an 18. I did Arcana.
I did religion.
Yeah.
So because I get no
Creature
bonus.
collection.
But I do get that.
Nope, it's not in creature collection.
Yeah,
That's right.
Small things. My dice hate me.
Listen, a
I still
plus,
use it.
yeah,
Is it? All right.
a plus 2 is also very important when our stats are really low. Like perspective wise here.
Mm-hmm.
Good news. This is the only one that I have proficiency in.
Excellent.
And it's the only one I don't get disadvantage on.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I could have gone with nature as well. It would have been the same role.
I only had religion, so I had but one choice.
Um,
Yeah, I don't
The
have
clear
Arcana or
choice.
religion, or arcana or nature.
Horn saw sentinels. These look to be. Oh wait, sorry. What'd you get specifically?
18.
18.
I think I'm gonna use a fortune to reroll mine
Okay.
because it was not good.
Oh God! Jesus is not with you.
Neither is Drada. Well.
And what did you get on yours?
21.
20. Yeah. Okay. So for our knowledge checkers there, the Hornsaw Sentinels are a circle of druids that many believe have, especially those from reports in the Gleaming Valley, they're believed to be corrupted. They believe in protecting the forest. They believe that it connects on the similarly to the way druids worship Denev. They have that same feeling. This is their sacred forest. The problem is that they have a subtle form of corruption. They believe that the Hornsaw Forest is how it is and how it should stay. corruption included. There are reports that they fight the Titan spawn cults, the Titan worshipping cults as well. But they also fight the Broadreach and any who they deem unworthy.
What do they usually deem unworthy? Because if they fight both Titan cults and Broadreach people equally, is there any reports on what they disdain? Like, what are instances that they would...
They specifically disdain the undead.
Okay.
Because they view it as the antithesis of vibrant, aggressive life, which is the way they view the Hornsaw.
Okay.
And that's what you get from your lore check.
That's useful.
Klieg, glaring this outrider down, they hold their hand up for a second to the other. A signal, it must be, to the others. And just says, fighting to stay alive is nothing but admirable. And from the way it looks, you are prepared. But know this. We find you stepping out of line in our forest. And we see all in our forest. We'll end you.
What constitutes stepping out of line? Don't exactly know what you stand for besides protecting this place.
Not gonna make a list for you. Don't threaten our forest. As they start stepping backwards, he turns and flicks his wrist, and you see what looks to be green energy flow down his hips, across his legs, and you can see a similar glow on the others as they long stride out into the woods and vanish. As Jahari drops down right next to you. Ooh, they aren't friendly, huh?
No. Are you okay?
Am I a bad person for wanting our diplomatic advances to have failed in that moment?
No.
I think I wanted it to go poorly.
There'll be other times. They said they're always watching.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't be our only chance.
What happened with Aldwin? They didn't die like a normal bird.
Oh, well, normal birds also don't nest in my insides. Like, that's really not an acceptable
I wasn't
bird.
sure if that was normal for you.
Oh, no. It is not a thing for Howled Legionnaires to become nesting roosts for birds. We would have to stay still for a really long time, and while
Cleet's mental notes are being rewritten. I thought everyone had a bird in them.
Bird, no. So you've seen the insides of people before, Clee.
Yeah, but not one that is made of pure energy.
Oh, well, you can kind of see through me. I'm not hiding him per se. And, like, when you look at Admatha's ectoplasmic form, she is somewhat transparent in places where the armor isn't like binding her up. So,
Your armor is filled with secrets. I can't see through it. I thought everyone with armor like that had a bird in them, so I never thought to question it.
oh, no, well, not everyone's gifted a bird. That would be a really nice birthday gift. But, no, Alduin is sort of, he just needs time to collect himself, and he can come back. I'll need time.
Okay.
I
wasn't sure if I needed to find you another bird.
it wouldn't be the same, but thank you. I mean, with that said, if the process of finding another bird required us to investigate the insides of that foul creature's stomach to make sure he isn't hiding one in there himself, I might reconsider this entire brilliant plan. I'm just saying. That was a really good shot, though, Jahari. It's a really good shot.
Oh, thank you. I tend to do that. Kind of my thing. The other thing is making sure we get where we want to go on time.
So you disappeared to hide into the trees because you knew they were coming and didn't tell us?
I got the idea of what they were doing, so I wanted to give you guys an advantage.
So you weren't just abandoning us for safety's sake?
No.
Well, because, I mean, to be fair, we did make you fight the mock dragon and you didn't want to, so I assume, maybe...
Oh, no. I didn't run away. I was in the trees, keeping your back.
Is he lying?
Do an insight check if you
She
want.
just says out loud, just not stepping away, just... Is he lying, Samira?
Samira's just kind of been staring with narrowed eyes at Jahari this whole time, kind of considering and just perhaps a little bit of warning next time.
17.
So he's not lying.
No.
He's
No, I don't.
he's shitty about it, but he's not lying.
I don't think he's lying.
Oh.
I don't think he'd let us get killed until he's paid.
This is true. So, on the road. Looks around at the sort of animal path that you're all walking on. You know what I mean.
Maybe we could find that undead lake thing and trick them into it.
I would like to make it to the town, a village, before we did that.
One step at a time.
Yeah, and then a step directly into their back. Into the lake.
That's doable.
I'll do what I can.
Dreams are good to have. Goals are good to have.
Starts heading off, and the three of you keeping pace. All right. Over the next 4 hours, you relatively unscathed. Occasionally here and there, you have to, avoid a carnivorous plant.
It's one of those moments, Jahari, it's used to happen to me with hunting all the time. My dad would do this, is they would make a path through the trees, and when you're about to walk behind it, they'd let go of the branch so it hits you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Occasionally here and there.
Yeah.
It's really terrible when they're carnivorous.
Yeah.
The occasional pitfall that you have to go around, but he points it out. Like a couple of seconds after jumping over it. Watch a step as he...
Not again.
Is that a clear path off to the side? He leapt over it. It's getting towards dusk. It's getting pretty dark. Dusk in a forest is, especially a large forest, there's no real horizon you're looking to. It's whatever light filters down through the trees. So dusk and in a forest is pretty dark.
Just remembering Rust. The other game we played.
Oh.
The other Rust.
In the distance, you start to see flecks of light. Little dancing yellow-orange bursts. Just around head height, just flickering and coming to life. Nature checks.
I'm gonna make one. Only because I've been around this area before. That's not gonna help. 4, aka 3.
Okay, fortune.
Yes.
I have a better chance of this. Roll dog
Everyone
shit.
fail.
I sure did.
8's up to 23.
17. Much better.
17.
Yeah. We must know all things!
You've been on farms before, living in the Gleaming Valley as you were being reacquainted with being not
Being.
yeah be acquainting with being. You know what an orchard looks like. As you come up to a small waist-high fence, an animal fence, you know, something to keep more pests out than anything, you start to notice that the trees have become rather uniform in their arrangement. You went from wild trees spread out great distances to now nice even rows running up and down. It's almost jarring, the symmetry that you've walked upon. And you also notice that the trees are not as tall. You can actually see above the trees ever so slightly. You can see the tops of them, because all the trees are about head height. And you can see the sky through the middle of the path that leads between each row. As you notice, you've arrived, if you have it ready, in an apple orchard. Do we have the candle?
I don't think we have a hidden.
Not here.
No, we don't.
Not here. It's at work. Damn. We'll have to get one. If you ever come back to Apple Clan, we'll bust it out.
We weren't prepared like the Rangers warned. The
Yep,
Sentinels warned.
this is what they were warning us
Yep.
about.
You are not prepared.
Yep, we
Drops
fucked up.
in.
Just drop and kill us. You don't have the candle.
Yeah.
Illidan, angry. All right. So you notice that the spread out up the center, about shoulder height, are torches, shining light throughout the orchard. You see them placed so that the light never gets too dim, maybe 20, 30 feet set apart. These torches burn. And in the distance, you see well-organized houses. Like, almost like civil planning level homes. You didn't see this at Horse Clan. It was rather, you know, we're amongst the trees kind of a vibe. No, here they're on the ground. They have solid construction.
They're not behind a giant gate.
They're not behind a giant gate. Its welcoming atmosphere is
Weird.
almost concerning, considering you are in the middle of the Hornsaw and it doesn't feel that way. And you can see ripe, beautiful apples, because it's the end of autumn right now. There's perfectly ripe apples, even a couple at your feet that have naturally fallen off the tree. And from what you can hear, there's music coming from the town up ahead.
Last time I felt disinvited by something, it tried to eat me.
It is a bit strange by comparison to the last town we were at. It's oddly very warm.
Maybe they just don't expect a lot of guests out here, so they don't feel the need to put up a...
Not a lot of guests in the Hornsaw.
Yeah.
That seems impossible.
She like turns and looks back the direction they came, and then back. Even if you weren't expecting guests, wouldn't you, I don't know, want gates for all the carnivorous plants? She just starts listing off things that they had to avoid while hiking today, specifically. And that other thing, right? I wouldn't want that on my lawn either. How do they keep? And it's an orchard. I feel like everything would want to eat. I want to eat those, right?
I feel like we should ask first.
Oh yeah.
Probably would be best.
Maybe we should walk around to an opening in the gate. Just like following where.
See if we can't find a place to stay tonight that's not the ground.
That would be lovely. I do seem to hear music. Do you hear that as well? Sounds as though something might be
Festival, maybe?
going on up ahead.
Make
Cleve pulls up the hood.
perception tests.
Don't fail
You
me.
hear the gentle
Ugh.
drone, dancing drone of a hurdy-gurdy.
19.
19.
Oh, 19 too. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm so sore. Don't mind me.
I was like, wait, are you
Nope.
okay?
Yep, just good.
Okay.
Just sore from yesterday.
Okay.
Gym. Oh, just gym stuff.
So 19. What'd you get?
19 as well.
11.
The music isn't coming from the village itself.
That's strange.
Well, it is and it's not. There's drums and a hurdy-gurdy. The drums are coming from the village. The hurdy-gurdy is coming from off to your right. So south. South, southeast.
I know which way is right. I was like, coming from, nope, the opposite direction.
Coming from the south, southeasterly direction of you.
Drums and
From the forest?
From further down in the orchard.
Oh.
oh,
You see, as you look in that direction, you can see there's another fire burning. But this isn't one on a torch that's been set up. These small braziers that look to be burning without fuel. This one looks like an honest to goodness, true burning campfire. And then this sound seems to be coming from that direction. Of the hurdy-gurdy, at least.
Do you want to check that out before heading into the forest? Or into the orchard?
Eh.
I suppose so.
You hear a from to your left as Jahari is standing there with an apple. These are pretty good.
Can I have one?
Oh, I picked this one up off the ground. It seemed
Well,
to be there. You know?
Ground apples free for taking?
I don't know.
I'd still feel more comfortable, Jahari, if we had asked for permission to eat those. It is the Hornsaw Forest.
With Martha behind Samira holding up an apple as well. Oh.
Does none of this seem a bit alarming to you? Perhaps strange? No, I suppose not.
It seems like
I'm already taking the first bite. I might as well eat the rest of it, okay?
yeah, and like if Jahari already had one, then the first stone's been. I don't know what the saying is. I thought it sounded like a saying, and she just bites down on an apple, shrugging, giving up on the attempt.
At least we know we're in the right spot. As he wiggles the apple.
We're in the right spot.
Yes.
Let's
Oh.
go see who's playing, and
Sure.
then we'll go try to find a bed for you and Samira.
I've never felt music that made me feel wrong. Starts walking in the direction of the
We go talk
Fire.
to people. This will go great, guys.
Yes.
As you
you'll
get
be
closer,
fine.
you can smell it's applewood being burned. Very good smell. It's got that sweetness about it. And sitting around 4 tents on stumps, one of them playing a hurdy-gurdy, small group of Hollow Legionnaires.
Oh.
As they're just sitting there, one of them. If you don't know what a hurdy-gurdy is, it's basically like if you took the bottom part of a cello and you, instead of having a neck to it, you put keys on the bottom that pushed hammers up into the bottom of the strings, and then you put a wheel in the middle of it that rubs the bottom of the strings together, and then you crank it around, and it makes this kind of droning song. Like, it's always a sustained note. There's no way to play staccato on a, well, you kind of can if you go back and forth,
Oh God.
but it's
Pretty weird.
only
Yeah.
masters can pull that off.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it's a beautiful style instrument that's making this long droning thing, and it's playing because of the way the beat is, the way it just drones. It's very easy to keep it and make it sound like it's playing along with drums, and the tone is being, you're close enough they can hear the click of the keys being pressed in as they turn the handle, and they're just humming along to it.
I don't suppose you're lost.
One of them looks up with confusion. Oh, what? Brothers, as he slaps the shoulder of one nearby, and he looks up. Oh, hello, Legion. Everybody. And there's a moment where the hurdy-gurdy abruptly.
Oh God.
Moment. Whoa, puts it down. They all stand up, turn, and there
Don't wear the
are
pennants. Yeah.
4 almost identical in armor. Like their expression, the expression of Hollow Legionnaires is in their armor. The armor is very similar, almost identical between the 4
Oh.
of them. And they all stand up kind of in unison, and they give a quick salute. What brings you into the forest? We're with the Century. What was the name of the Century that I shit?
Ravana's century.
Ravana's Century. Yeah. Well, there's a name for them. I think I gave you guys. I forgot if I gave it to you. She would have told you.
I remember her name. That's the sound of my brain shuffling through filing cabinets to see if we can find this. Let's
I
see.
think I take too many notes.
I often run into that
Makes
where
it
I'm like,
harder to find.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all right. Just, we're with we're with Centurion Ravana. We're part of her Century. We didn't know anybody was being sent over yet.
oh, no, well, she asked us to look for some that were lost out here, but I'm guessing you're not lost. So, my second guess is that they won't let you inside.
They all look a little crestfallen. Oh. No, we were sent out as well. Partially. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm Danric, and one of them walks forward. This is my brother Falric. This is my other brother Dalric, and this is my other brother Stenric.
Martha's helping eyes just kind of dart from one armor to the next, and like there's that measured up and down. I have a lot of questions, but it's very nice to meet you. I'm with Martha.
Oh, very nice to meet you. Are you with... He looks you up and down. Are you not with the Legion?
Well,
with the Century. With...
She just kind of holds out her little the token daintily.
Auxiliary. Ah, he notices the markings on it. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Is this your cadre? I'd assume, unless you were followed here by a human, a very dirty human.
Oh my god.
We just got done killing a mock dragon. We're kind of
Oh,
all dirty.
oh, I'm both very sorry and also very impressed. Congratulations are in order. Oh, hey, Raiders, welcome.
Hi.
It was to. Oh shit.
Oh,
Sorry,
Hey, guys.
blind.
They just walked up on a camp of ghost enchanted armor. They're known as Hollow Legionnaires. One of our characters is also one. Hence why she's old.
Season 1 drag race? I don't.
Why is the motherfucking blurry?
Because I'm dead, Karen! God. You have to rub it in! I didn't spend my blood points. Anyway.
Clip that. Clip that. Please, I beg of you. From one undead to the rest. Clip that.
So
This
yeah.
is our token living party member.
No.
So hey.
Oh, that's true. Well, you were very close to being a dead party member.
As there's a crunch of taking another big bite of the apple. So you're auxiliaries of the century then?
Yeah, we were unofficially sort of helping out because we were going to be in this area anyway.
Any help is appreciated. We have been dealing with. We're on a mission of ambassadorial diplomacy, and it's not going well.
They're all really bad at it. I think it's their fault, not yours.
I would call it standoffish. Come, sit down, as he turns to the fire, and he takes a moment, turns to the other three, and says, we don't have food.
Well, there's these apples.
Oh, don't eat the apples.
I knew
And
it.
Martha also just tucks it behind her back abruptly.
I knew it.
They're really particular about their apples. Yeah, sure.
She just drops it from behind her back like...
I did warn you.
Shouldn't be too bad. Just throw it on the fire. When you're done with it, looks at Jahari. I didn't get your names.
Oh, it's your turn. You have to say your name to them. That's how introductions work. I can't do it for you.
Thank you, Martha. I am Samira.
Pleasure to meet you, Samira. And you, we have a what Stenrick is a will worker. He knows a trick to cleaning people up if you want.
You could try. My name is Cleek.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. And you, and turns to Jahari. Which is, my name is Jahari. I am their guide. Every good unit needs a scout. He turns back to you. Yeah, we were originally our mission was to come here and treat with the Apple clan, and they have not been forthcoming. We received message that some of our retinue was missing. You're part of the search party? We've been trying to keep an eye out, but we've just been so caught up with trying to keep this mission going.
Have you heard any rumors at all that you haven't been able to follow up on? Because if you're stuck here, we're not.
Let me go check our intelligence. I have some scrolls here. He walks over and starts going through the scrolls. Give me 2 seconds. You talk amongst yourself.
I don't regret the apple. They were going to be mean anyway, so at least now they are going to be hateful and mean, but I got to eat their apple, and it was really good. So I think that that's better of the options of how my day could have gone.
They might not be hateful and mean. These are one of the first people that showed me kindness.
Wait, you know people in the apple clan?
One family.
Oh my god, if you could make introductions, maybe the Hollow Legionnaires will actually be able to talk to someone.
I will attempt. I will admit I didn't stay for long.
Oh, but if they were nice to you, I mean, they must be good people.
The family on the outskirts.
Should we, oh my god, should we be visiting them?
Do you know where they are?
I could find them again.
I don't think it will hurt to have friends in the area, especially.
They don't know what I am.
They think you're dirty. Alright, so okay, well, you warned us, that's good, we can keep it up. We could be your alibi. We'll continue to say that you're a filthy human. But it would be, I mean, they said that the horse clan's the nicest one, and look how terrible they were treating everybody. If you have an in with someone here at the Apple Clan...
I don't know if they're high up enough to make a difference, but there was one family. That's all I know. That was nice here.
That's fantastic. We're gonna visit friends.
Okay. Comes back over with a small scroll. He says, this is our intelligence for the region. He hands it over. This is the village of Gardnell. They're currently celebrating their their harvest festival. I believe they call it Fruitfall, Bountyfall.
I sense the motif.
Something fall.
With something edible added in. Like an edible season is the name of the festival?
The first apples have fallen. So tomorrow will be their day of harvest. Today, they're having their little celebration. Which is why they are in such good spirits, and why we were adding our little tune festivities.
Have you tried to talk to them already, and did they say no outright?
Yes and no.
You can't have yes and no at the same time. That's not an answer.
You can get a yes from one person and a no from another.
Well, then the person who said yes, how'd that go?
It went pretty well. Usana, she seemed to be interested in trade. On the other hand, Milmir did not. And Milmir I'm sorry, not Milmir, Imara. Imara did not.
Not even close. Bless these erasers.
And both of them are currently the advisors to Milmir, the town elder. Usana wishes to trade. There seems to be there's something wrong with their trade routes right now. They normally trade with the B clan on a regular basis. That trade route is dried up. She's been talking to us about possibly, we've brought seed from the valley, and we were hoping to trade for good diplomacy. And Imara is very not believes that everything can be done without us or any other outsider, as we were called.
Have you tried framing it like they get to exploit you? Maybe that might be more appealing if they feel like they're the ones in the position of, I don't know, they just seem really cruel. I'm sorry. They're all so cranky.
I think they have a reason to be cranky. And there's a moment where you just hear from Jahari's direction. And his brow is very furrowed as he looks down at the apple, and there's a noise. he turns it over, and there's a black vein running through the apple. He runs, and you just hear the sound of all 4 feet on the ground. And then you hear behind a tree.
Cutest vomit ever.
As Jahari, the he's a Manticora, by the way, everybody. He's an all black. Think like a Thundercat style race.
At least it's not under your bed.
It's just a
Or on the carpet.
Oh my god.
off behind a
boy.
tree.
I'd like to say my favorite part of the night.
And that's why they don't want anyone eating the apples. There's a bit of blight going through the harvest.
Oh. They weren't being stingy, they were being careful. They didn't want people to get sick.
They want to trade their apples.
They're sickening apples, they want to sell those?
Well, yes. Well,
Do we know what's causing the blight?
they don't.
That's embarrassing. Their entire village is named after these things.
Yeah, it would be. Oh, they have a cure.
Oh!
It doesn't last very long. The
Oh.
blight returns very quickly.
Oh, wait, are you telling me that he's gonna be forever?
No.
It comes back to the trees. That's not as bad. Well, it's very bad.
Very bad.
It's very bad, but for Jahari, it's a fortunate misunderstanding. You see the confusion.
Mm. They're trying to solve that problem as well. The Apple Clan isn't exactly in a good place right now. And them being suspicious of this blight is making us entering town very likely. Which is a pity, because it looks very nice. He just kind of looks over and you can hear the brothers.
Like with the Reed clan and the Mock Dragon, if we can find out what's causing the blight, it might help relations.
You would do that? I thought you were searching for a...
Well, we said we were going to be out here anyway, and that's how we ended up staying okay to searching for the fellow legionnaires. We're also looking for a Fox Clan elf. There's a lot of people going missing out this way. It's as if this forest is very dangerous, so people should be careful about where they go. That was a joke. It was a joke. Just...
6 years?
5?
It's okay. You'll come around. Oh my god, what was the... Stanrick! Rick. That's right, that's why I did that. Stanrick didn't speak for the first 3.
Oh. Yeah, I had turbulency issues when I was younger.
It's understandable. It all affects us differently. Just know that it's not just you.
Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't suggest going out.
Just imagine you
Why
just
did that-
fucking panic throwing it. You just swipe that so fast. Yeah, shatter. Oh.
If you wish, you can rest here with us. We'll see about talking to the elder in the morning. At least we've met with them and we've been able to enter into the town. It's just that they won't let us stay there.
That seems a lot better than some of the other people's experiences.
I would consider that a sort of progress.
So if we could figure out something, I'm not a farmer, but we could look at it, and if we could figure out something, maybe it would help you guys.
Probably better than getting Sergeant Tilk to cook.
Figure it out.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that. Did you just say Tilk is trying to cook?
Yes.
Did I?
Yay tall.
Eh,
Tassels at the waist.
Gave us these. Asked us to kill the
He's
mock
trying
dragon.
to cook.
Did I do something wrong? I
No,
suggested that
no,
maybe.
no, it's and they all start laughing together.
Oh no.
It would make them happy to hear. Normally among ranks, it's funny when someone does something out of character.
Oh no, it's just the idea of him trying to cook something. How many brigades did it take?
How many were there? Was it 8?
I think it was 20. No, it was 20 feet. That was the.
It was a
unlimited
small
20
detachment.
by 25.
It was a small detachment.
Plank.
They on their plank
Yeah.
little thing. It's just I'm sorry, just imagine
thank
Teal do
you.
anything other than regimented, strict
They were
by
there.
the book organization.
You would think the recipe would
Oh,
click in place really
Did-
well. The
I
structure.
wonder if he told the bread to stand, told the food to stand at attention to get it to cook. Oh, that's
The instructions
please.
are clear.
please sit down. Join us. If you wish, our tents are available to sleep in for those of you, and points to the 3 that are not a Hollow Legion member. If you need sleep, please avail yourselves of our tents. We'll try to keep it down.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Jahar is probably gonna be really tired after he's done yakking.
Probably get it out of his system before we decide to go to the village itself.
Okay, I'm fine.
A tent outside would be better than trying to explain your sudden sickness to any sort of Apple clan members. I think.
As he finishes, you start hearing.
I'm done. I'm done. Check me the fuck out.
As he walks back, just looking like nothing happened, just playing it cool.
Mhm.
You're feeling better?
I think I'll take up that offer of the tent.
Mm.
I'm gonna lie down. I'm gonna
Mhm.
lie down. Just tired. Just tired. A lot of running today.
Of course.
As he just crawls into one of they have the smaller tents, so they're the ones you have to kind of get down and crawl into. You just hear him as he gets in.
I'm gonna
baby.
sit outside his tent to make sure everything's okay, and if he needs anything during the night.
That's very kind of you.
Samira taking up one of the tents as
Oh,
well.
absolutely.
All right. The small group of Hollow Legionnaires spend their quiet time with light music, not really conversation, reading books, and the like. And throughout the rest of the night, it's rather calm, peaceful, almost serene. The human-like screams of the animals from deeper in the Hornsaw are almost negligible at this point. They don't seem to bother you. And as we fade away from that little moment and prepare for the sun to rise, where we're going to take our break. First thing in the morning, while you're, picking your spells / studying up, you can ritual cast your bird, and Alduin is back.
As he deserves to be.
As disgruntled as possible.
Preferably.
He rises up out of the parchment you've laid on the ground.
This is what happens when you make poor Aldwin get out of bed in the day. Nothing good happens when you're, like, out of the cozy.
He stretches.
I don't blame them.
His wings go far out. The pinion feathers splay. And then he comes back and his chest puffs and he just looks at you with one eye.
I'm sorry. I would have.
Hop, hop.
I would have killed them dead, but murder's bad.
Its feathers soften up and then it just flies into your chest, almost hits you with the way it flows in.
I think that's what forgiveness feels like.
Yes, a crow phasing into your chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems sound. Huh.
So that's that little moment.
See, if you look inside their chests, you won't find any birds there.
Inside of each of you is one very angry crow.
Yeah, who really just wanted to
That's
sleep
what Cleek
in.
thought.
You have rested. Fate goes up.
Good.
Every time I've decided instead of every scene, it's every rest.
Oh.
So you short
Easy
rest,
to remember.
goes up.
Probably useful for Jahari a little while ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really.
I don't have a card for that.
You don't have to what?
I need to make cards for myself for some things.
Okay. What? Oh, you're looking for one of your. You don't have a card for a spell?
Yeah.
Which one?
No, oh well, I technically don't have cards for Identify, Detect Magic, and Magic Missile.
Those are over in the wizard box.
Yeah, but they also might be in one of my various other characters' things. And...
Brad!
Oh, thank you.
Holy crap.
Yay.
Appreciated.
Identify is very simple. That one you don't really need a card for. I can look it up pretty quick.
Also, ritual casting, both of them is usually what I do for that. Yeah. So, ritual casting for those spells, I think, are only a few minutes.
I think it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 11 minutes, because it's
Ten
however long it
level.
takes to cast plus 10.
Yeah, I'll leave them on ritual.
10 minutes per spell level, I think. Regardless.
If someone can't wait 10 minutes for me to see the fabric of magic, they could eat my dick.
Ghost dick.
Eat my ghost dong.
Noted.
On t-shirts by
Good to know.
Tuesday.
Good to know. Magic missile is very simple.
But I'm not going to remember the math of it, so I have to write
do.
it down. Yeah.
You don't have to roll to hit. You don't have to roll anything else.
I know that, but I
was just going to explain it now so everybody knows.
Okay.
And if you need to know what it is, boom. It's 3d4 at level 1, and then an extra d4 every level above. And it auto hits. No saves, you just do the damage. So just know pumping more damage into it makes it do more dice.
No, I know that. I need it written down so that when I'm in that weird phase where I pretend like I'm playing poker and I'm flipping through, being like, but what's this number? Can I pretend like I know math enough to know that what's statistically better than this one? So I'm definitely that person. That's why I find the cards extremely helpful.
Okay, so have you picked out your spells / set up your stuff? Okay. Give me 1 second.
Mana back. Oh.
Yeah.
Get my mana back.
I still have 14 health. Look at me. That's what full health looks like right now. Holy shit, that's scary.
I have 17.
Cool.
I feel.
Oh, we're
mediocre.
in the gradient.
We are.
We're in the health gradient. You're the big bar.
Jahari, and me.
I get to be next to Jahari.
Yeah. You had to scrub off all that mud before you went to bed.
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Convert. All right. The three of you waking up in your day, or just kind of getting your day started.
But she's still been sitting, staring out and watching over the tent, making sure Jahari is safe.
After about 8 hours in the morning, Jahari just kind of pokes a head out from the tent and just kind of looks around first to the opposite direction, then back to Klieg and oh, I swear I'm doing my best to get used to that.
We'll continue scaring each other. I am a very scary person.
You cannot up fate.
Oh.
I will give fortune though. Hey.
We control it. Unfortunately, we use it all the time.
Yeah, well.
That's what it's there for.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, he just okay. Crawls back in. You hear rustling of things as he gets out and he's buckling his belt and he's adjusting his quiver on his hip. And oh shit! Holy crap, that was a lot.
Oh yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations
hype
to everybody
train.
who got extra free sub.
There's a difference here. One sub to Dead Zombo.
One of us.
One of us.
All right. So he gets everything all set up. He reaches down, gets his bow, and just throws it over his shoulder, and just okay. Dreamwalker.
Holy shit.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Whoa.
Okay.
And another 2 fortune.
Okay.
I'll let you guys know. Fortune can only go up so high.
Time to make some mistakes,
Time to figure out that limit. Oh.
Oh, we went two
We
different
do that a lot,
directions.
don't we?
Hi, there are 2 types of players at your table.
There are 2 players inside of you.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, Jahari gets himself all adjusted, ready to go, and looks around, sees Edmatha get dumped in the chest by a crow, and just oh, you think that hurts?
I hope not. I think it would hurt you or I.
Yeah, I know it would hurt me. I've been hit in the chest by a lot of stuff.
But never a crow? With
Including
how much
No.
time you spend in the trees?
Not a crow. Never a crow. Sparrow.
Okay. They're the smaller ones,
Yeah.
right?
Small.
They do more of the, I don't know, they're all chirpies to me.
Yes, they're chirp. Well, crows are more of kind of thing. You know, we just
Screaming
heard.
chirps.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, we'll see about.
Know what they were called. I just had to call them something.
Give her more fortune.
Fuck.
He turns to start looking for something to eat that isn't a blighted apple. Standing up as the light starts to spread across the Hornsaw Forest, the broad reach horizon, because you are within the realm of one of the villages. You can see the citizens of Gardenal, the Apple clan, starting to move throughout the trees with big baskets and make perception tests.
21.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm proud of my little randomly generated math result.
Not bad. 18.
15.
Okay. All 3 of you notice that they're walking with a somber kind of movement to them. You can see that there is one older elven. She must be a druid. The way she's dressed, lots of greens, tall wooden staff with a basically what looks to be it's it's almost as though she took a tree from the ground, the root network curled up in the upward direction, but it's shaped into sort of like an apple at the top. And she is giving words of encouragement to everyone around her as she looks in the direction of the camp. She's far enough away, but she still, you can see that she tilts her head a little bit before moving out amongst the rows, and you can hear apples being picked and plucked from trees around you. The Ricks all stand up, adjust themselves.
I'm amending my notes.
Calling them the Ricks.
Yep.
They all stand up. Oh, I realized something. I forgot.
I didn't change it after.
Dawn, you're dead.
Yep.
You gotta camouflage yourself
I
so
got
we think
gear.
you're
Okay.
safely one of us.
Shoulder piece gives me a +2 to storytelling.
That was so wholesome.
Shut up! Make fun of me. They the Ricks stand up, look over to you and say, since you're auxiliary and you are on your own mission, you don't have to come along with us, but we are going to go talk to the clan elder. I would actually suggest if you see a fiery redhead with a braid. That's shit, I turned the page.
Usana?
Usana. That's Usana. She's the one you would most likely want to talk to.
And the elder you're gonna talk to now doesn't like you?
She's on the fence. Imara and Usana, we've had meetings with both of them, and they are drastically different. So hopefully, because they are coming out into the orchard, we'll be able to talk to Milamar without interference. That's the hope. I wish you good luck. And if you find them, make sure they get home safe. All four of them bow in sort of a in an odd unison, and then the four of them they form up into a diamond. Danrick at the front. I didn't do all of their names in my notes. I just
Denrick, Farrick, Dalric, and Stenrick.
Farrick, Dalric, Stenrick. Falric has a banner for the Legion with the Century logo on it as well. It looks like Dalric carries a crossbow slung over his back, and Stenrick picks up a staff. The four of them march in the direction, in formation, in the direction of the elder where she walked off.
Maltha waits like a beat. Okay, that's a safe, polite distance. Do you think that they share fractures of the same soul? Are they the same person, or are they like related before the towers was appealed to them?
Aren't they just brothers?
I've seen siblings. Not all siblings are.
That did seem strange.
That's a bit odd, yes.
Yeah.
Do you want me
Okay.
to ask them?
No.
Is it rude?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I'll have to
We'll just have to
redirect my curiosity for the day towards apples, I guess.
Suffering the wonder.
Let's go see if we can find this Usana person to talk to. See if we can get information.
fiery redhead with a braid.
Maybe they'll know
Maybe
where
so.
the lake is. We could check out.
Or maybe we find your friends that are here. They talk to us.
They would.
What do they look like?
I don't know, Connery.
I was like, all right, what do you mean you don't know? Were you horribly wounded when you visited them? Did they all wear
blindfold
shrouds?
you.
The
Yeah.
ones, my notes in the back.
They had
They use magics to hide
they
their
had
faces.
hair and like a face,
Mirror,
and
just going back and forth.
Conspiracy
you don't
theories
rightly
abound.
remember.
Oh, the two of them were completely
Think about how long
conspiracy
ago
theorists
that
together.
was.
What are they? Brothers. But like,
Yeah.
how are they brothers? They're like the
How
same
long
way.
ago was
It's
it?
like they're the same person.
Just before
Holy Jack can't be literally
that big
related,
decision
can they? I
that,
suppose they could if they all died
yeah.
together,
was made.
but
Yeah, you're not
So it had to
actually
be a few years.
Mhm.
tin hats on.
oh yes, fasten
Yeah, they're
your
just
tin
fucking.
foil hats.
Yeah.
baby.
No, I don't really remember. A lot has happened since then. It's been a few years, I can assume. It was technically before I left where I left.
Well, you don't remember a few years ago?
A lot has happened since.
Traumatic brain injury?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Why am I not surprised to hear that?
Okay. Well, you
Holy
know,
place.
you're hard to forget though. So while we're walking around, if they recognize you, maybe they'll come say hello.
Maybe. We'll see. They were nice, but I don't know if they'd be. I don't know.
Well, from this conversation, I could at least figure out that you didn't kill them, so you left a good impression as you did. I'm
I
proud.
don't think they knew I was supposed to.
What? Wait, you were. And Martha just like scurries in closer. Wait, you were supposed to kill
Supposed
them?
to
Wait,
kill
what?
them.
What were you doing in the village that you were gonna kill them?
I was in charge of a fist for Glibetatel, and we were tasked with making more bodies and finding children.
Making more bodies.
Well, bringing them back. People were enslaved or killed and brought back to be made into undead to work for Glibetatel.
So, wait, but if you were here to do that, how did you end up friends with them?
They took pity on me and gave me food, not bones, regular food. And they were the first people to treat me kindly. So I couldn't kill them and I couldn't take their child, so I left, made a decision. So they don't know I was supposed to do that. I
Yeah.
was just someone injured and in pain that they gave food to at the time. I don't know if they would remember me.
What injured you?
That's another story.
Wait, you could be telling us stories? Like, and just kind of like.
Nope, let's start walking.
As you walk through the trees, you are given strange looks. You are... You're not part of the clan. You are not Apple Clan. You don't even bear tattoos.
Well, that's a lie. I have one.
What? Oh,
Got
well,
one.
that is easily recognizable as a tattoo. I should say.
Fair. Solid counter.
You're also a fucking ghost.
Rude, but also solid counter.
So they are rather suspicious or suspect of you as you walk through the apples. What are you looking to do as you head off on your own way?
So we were gonna try and see if we could find the redhead that would talk to us about maybe getting us information about the lake, or what's going on with the apples, or maybe just talk to us and see where that gets us? Or did we want to look at the apples ourselves? Do you think you could figure out what they can?
All I know is no apples for me. Thank you. How about I go find the woman for you, and you look at the apples, and then I'll bring woman back to you.
Alive.
That was my intent.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's
There
go
was
look
confusion about that. Okay. He just,
at
he just starts heading out into the apple
who's
rows.
Have I told you, Johari, I'm a zombie yet?
Yeah, I think
Nope.
No.
they didn't
Nope.
see Ancestor Zero?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
The three of you are the only ones that know each other's current
Oh, yeah,
proper
we hired him
states.
towards the end of session 0. After
Yeah.
we.
Yeah, after he was naked. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So he heads off and starts looking for the woman.
Well, let's see what we can figure out about the apples on our own, and then we'll fill in any gaps we have later.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to perhaps ask some of the locals as well, see if they might at least want to talk to us about what's been troubling their crops.
When it started.
Mm.
Okay. How do you wish to approach this?
Take a look at the apples themselves.
Yeah, I was actually suggesting maybe we look at the apples first, and
Yeah. I'm asking how you.
Oh.
What are your specific actions?
okay, and Martha's talking about like, yeah, and maybe we could look at them ourselves and figure out any gaps of knowledge later. As she turns around, all the various eyes are opening up in the gaps of her crown.
Oh.
And another one blinks in, and another one blinks in, just kind of looking up at the apples with detect magic.
Detect magic. Okay. Make an intelligence arcana test.
Okay.
You have advantage on this, by the way.
Oh. All right. Well, 17 or a 1. So I'm gonna go with the one that has a 7 attached to it.
Okay. That's your total?
17. Yeah.
17. Okay.
Wow.
As you're looking at it, you notice a faint glimmer. But it's so faint. And it has almost a rhythm to it.
Like a heartbeat?
Yeah, kind of like a heartbeat. Jump the gun. Damn. How'd
Ooh,
you
it
know
was
it
just my
coming?
gut. I'm sorry.
It might have been a merengue beat, all right? For all you know. Just look up the apples.
Hold on.
Oh, that's why they're having trouble. The apples are trying to be salsa.
Oh God! Leave. Get up. Go. Oh my. Oh.
So, yeah.
Idly
There's
is
like a
moving her
heartbeat.
hands.
There's a heartbeat rhythm to this very faint pulse. It's the same level of pulse. Like the subtlety of the rumble is almost like a cat's purr under a heavy blanket.
That's not the sound effect.
But it's that faint rumble, that same level of perception. It's not clear, but you can only tell it's a beat by its absence in those moments.
So when it's not faltering, what color is the haze? Is there any feeling as to the
It's
school of
very
magic?
familiar.
It's necrotic, isn't it?
And on top of that, you recognize This is ritualistic,
Oh.
which explains, taking a couple of things into account, why it constantly comes back the second they cure it. Why it's so persistent and prevalent.
It's okay.
Rituals can persist. You can ritually cast something, but you can also perform a ritual that performs an extended magical
Which
will
is
working.
Usually with multiple participants, right?
Sometimes.
Depending on
no,
the
a singular
scale?
person could do it if they wanted to. It depends on the type of ritual. The
Mm.
stronger the ritual, the more likely you're going to need more people.
Yeah.
Mira has just kind of been watching Admatha the whole time. Can she see the eyes opening herself
Yeah.
as you're using detect
Yeah,
magic? So
probably.
okay.
And she's doing the hand motion to follow the beats too.
And just sort of watching her work, and after a couple of claps or whatever, Samira just kind of starts trying to mimic them and just watches her and just goes, "What are we doing?"
Observing the pulse of the apples dying.
You all can grow extra eyes too.
Blink, 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 blink.
Rapid confused blink from a biblically accurate eye array is not cool.
Fantastic.
I'm confused.
Be not afraid.
Listen, if something like that is confused and afraid, you got problems. Yeah, it's the dying pulse of the apples.
Apples have pulses.
I don't think they.
He's
Touch a
going up
tree?
to one of the trees to feel the tree.
Feels like a tree. You felt trees a lot. This feels like a tree.
Yep, it's
Can't you
wood.
feel its
Yep,
pain?
it's wood.
Clee squints at it.
That immersion.
It's wood.
Yeah.
Wood.
And you can get your wood if you go over to Dog.
A plus segue. Good, good. Just ad runs abruptly. Yeah,
I don't think apples normally have a pulse. That's. Could you explain a little bit more what you mean?
she tilts her head and the eyes almost sag a little bit, and then it almost looks like they fall away, as if they just were dropped like marbles on the floor somewhere and they're just gone. Well,
Clee's looking for the eyes.
They just dissipate into the grass.
I
Samira's probably read weirder, so she just don't think much of it.
you take things in stride, and that's why we got partnered up as fucking emotional buddies. Well, I guess it's not a spell. It's a greater it's a will working. It's a ritual. It's a ritual. And it's sapping away, and it's persistent, and the reason why they're not getting rid of it when they clear it is that it's not just a simple spell that you counter.
So someone is casting a ritual to make the apple sick.
It's probably the life force that they're messing with, or maybe not the
They
life
might not
force,
mess
but
with the people.
The
chronicle-
term curse definitely applies.
okay, yeah. It's the blight is cursed outright. It's almost like it's just sapping it all away.
If it's looking for energy, why curse the apples and not the people?
Well, I mean, this would cripple an entire village if their entire village is.
The apples are perhaps worth more to these people, I'd say. That seems to be the source of their life.
Magically speaking, from your casting, you would know that this would be the more subtle way to make a town die.
Yeah, opposed to just being
Cursing the people would be obvious a blight, a sickness, whereas this is
A
insidious.
failed crop is a failed crop,
crop
and
is a failed
in a
crop.
forest like this, there's plentiful crops that fail you. So it probably would have just slipped through the cracks of all the other tragedies these people probably endure day to day.
So it's not the forest that's killing them. Someone is causing this.
It's well, it's a necrotic work, and depending on how wide scale it is, maybe it's one person who's upset, or maybe it's many. There's the rumor about the cultists looking for Mormo's deathbed, and there's all your wonderful friends. So this place isn't really lacking in foul-tempered occupants. I don't know who cast it, but that might be useful information to them. Maybe? And maybe
So
if...
a necromancer.
Well...
With a grudge against his place.
Yeah, maybe... with some information they might talk to us? Like currency? A trade?
I would hope so. I would certainly hope that if you have any information as to what's going on, they'd be happy to hear it. I suppose the best we can do for now is wait for Jahari. Hopefully he found that woman.
There's a short... You hear a thud. And then a couple of seconds later, scampering. And then running past you at full speed. I think I found her! Finish off.
Jahari!
Turning a corner around a tree and coming up the aisle that you're currently on, the row. Red-haired with a sun hat, a straw sun hat on her head. A sort of an overall like cloth garment. It kind of crosses over in front and tucks in with but it's just strap sleeves sleeveless as she runs. You can see twisting branches with apple blossoms running down her arms to the elbows. And that's on one arm. On the other arm is a gnarled the gnarled knot of a tree that looks like a face in applewood bark on that arm. She's currently running and holding an apple like a major league pitcher. And she's just rearing back, screaming, "You get back here, you little piece of shit!" And just releases another apple.
Tries to catch the apple as
You know
it's
what?
going.
Make a Dex athletics check.
Dex athletics. Alright.
Or, yeah, Dex and athletics. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're trying to catch something, and it's more of an athletic endeavor.
15.
Yeah, you catch it. Just catch it before it hits Jahari. And she's just like, "Oh! Are y'all with him?"
We asked him to find you.
Well, he found me, and he's gonna find a whooping right now. She starts putting down the basket, takes the hat off, puts it on top of the basket. Her hair is in that. It's red hair in that weave.
What'd he do?
Oh, I'll tell you what he did. He was sniffing my hair. So she starts stomping in his direction.
He is a manticora.
That's no reason to go sniffing somebody's hair without permission. Get over here. She starts dancing around Klieg as Jahari's using Klieg's defense. So like, hey, get back. Reaches over the shoulder.
I apologize on his behalf.
No, you don't get to do that. He's the one that came up, touching my hair, sniffing it, and asking me if it had strawberry in it.
And Martha from behind is just slightly leaning in and just trying to like
And Martha, no.
trying to sniff it.
She's like, I just found it very, very attractive. I just thought I would ask a question. I'm sorry. Hands up over his head, defending. Oh.
Leek tries to hand her the apple back.
Takes it, walks over, puts it in her basket, takes the hat, pops it on top of her head, picks up her basket. Y'all with that group? The Legionnaires?
Not officially.
Florida-ish?
Okay. You're gonna get a pass. He's gonna get a pass. Because they're nice boys. And I would like to continue talking with them. Welcome, Raiders.
Ah,
Oh,
Nerdalopedia.
hello.
Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Nerdalopedia.
Hello, night
My
owls.
type of encyclopedia.
Because I would like to keep talking to the Century, whatever. Legion. Get him right. Turns. She starts walking towards the row.
Oh, wait.
She stops. Turns to you.
I'm sorry he sniffed your hair.
He already apologized.
I was doubling down because it seemed safer to apologize twice. Now that I've apologized as well, oh, I'm sorry about your cursed apples.
There's this moment of like shock passes across her face. And then she just looks back at you. Rather blunt way of putting it, but thank you for your concern.
I wasn't trying to be blunt. I wasn't saying cursed like they're bad. Well, they are kind of bad. You don't eat those, but cursed like they're actually cursed.
I know. We've had a blight. And it feels like this town isn't been having a rough go of it because of it. So yes, we do feel cursed. Thank you.
You are.
It's magical.
Excuse me?
Yeah, the apples. They're being affected by necrotic a ritual.
She puts the apples down, walks back over, crosses her arms. Okay, you're gonna have to start back up at square one for me.
I'm sorry about your cursed apples.
Square Run is my name is Asana.
Oh. Sorry.
I know you're with the Legion. I'd still like to know who you are and why you have expertise in this field.
Hi, I'm with Martha.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Martha. Now that he isn't sniffing my hair.
That's Jahari.
Jahari, good.
I'm Klieg.
Klieg, it's a pleasure to meet you.
It's not contagious.
Oh my
I
god.
was
I
learning to
feel
get ahead of
so
it.
bad. Yeah. This is active learning, social learning we're seeing before us.
In my head, there's an AU where you're a business person and you hand over your business card and it just says Klieg. It's not contagious. It's just on the business card.
Holy fuck.
Oh,
That's what's in my head right
now. So good.
Klieg, good to meet you.
It is worth noting that up until this point, Samira has just kind of been quietly staring at this woman the entire time with a slight flush on her cheeks. And after being addressed, goes, "Oh, I'm Samira."
And it is a pleasure to meet you too, Samira. Now that we have properly been introduced to the three of you lovely people and one jackass, he just kind of...
I love this one.
Apple blossoms, by the way. Not helping. You're saying that it's an actual curse, like something the hags would do.
Well, yeah, I thought you would have had someone here who could.
Well, we have our clan elder, but she's getting on in her years, and she's also not as communicative of some ideas. She's just been saying the land's sick.
She's not wrong. But it's because someone's poisoning it.
You have to understand, we deal with things that are magical in nature all the time. We use magic to help make our bounties plentiful, but so we're used to dealing with problems, but they're usually naturally occurring magical things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sprites and things like that. They're natural. But they can still be nuisances. Ooh, I can pick one off with a slingshot at 50 yards.
Oh my god.
But
That mental image.
just a pixie trying to grab an apple.
Yeah.
Just...
Oh no! They were only eating it because there wasn't any pizza.
I am the Zal Lord.
So you're saying this is being done?
Well, yeah, it's really. And she starts doing the pulse rhythm again. It's really subtle. It's almost, but it's persistent. So I heard that you tried to cleanse the blight before, and it didn't work.
We've been doing our best, and like I said, Millimar's getting up in her years, and she can't perform we just thought she might be moving on soon.
Oh.
She's been around since before the war, and with the crops failing, she's been weaker, and we thought it might just be her time to go on to Tennille. All right. Okay. Maybe you are a gift from Madriel in disguise. Okay. We can't leave. We have to harvest this whole field. It's going to take days for us to get through it. This is also it's a time for us. It's a happy time. It should be, at least. And we're gonna pick them regardless if they're sick or not. So, if you would help us with this, I think I might be able to convince Milmar to open up trade with your people.
Well, if we could figure out more, I'd be fine with you just saying that the Legionnaires fixed it for you, if that helps.
Well, you are, aren't you?
I guess I am.
I mean, I'm okay. All right, I'm looking one square in the face. I just wanted to make sure that's what I was looking at. Although there's something familiar about you. I don't know.
She looks a little sad as she does it.
It's not the ears, darling. It's okay. Oh, bless your heart.
We made sad racist jokes.
I want chat to know that there's a very long context for that joke. It's been in multiple games now. Rule is you don't do this when you're talking about elves. Okay,
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Insensitive. You can't call them
very
knife ears
insensitive.
either. Not cool.
It's just a long running joke.
Yeah.
Somebody did that in a game and it just turned into a thing.
It's got a life.
Okay. Don't do this. Okay. No. We can't leave. The entire village has to be out here at their duty. It's also kind of a it's spiritual. It's the way that the village comes together. Cardinal needs this right now, especially, even if they might be sick apples on the vine, branch on the branch. Apples aren't on vines.
They are now.
They go out to the apple vines.
We add that to the tourism flyer.
Come
Apples
see our
on vines.
come see our apple walls where the vines grow.
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
There's been a little bit of a concern for us recently. Maybe it's connected. We've been coming up on the festival, so we were trying to just keep things close and protection, and then we were going to go ask for help in dealing with it soon. It's partly why I wanted to talk to the Legionnaires. Maybe they could help us out too. The plant clans, we're not really known for our viciousness like the beast or hunter clans are.
You're nicer than Horse Clan.
Horse Clan, they're stressed out. They're constantly being poked and prodded, and they're sort of positioned in a place where everyone goes there, so they have their own problems right now. Ours is that we haven't been able to get our hunters together to go out and deal with what's out there. You see, there's this lake nearby.
And Martha obnoxiously is just like,
It's a normal lake most of the time, but it seems like every shift of moon phase, you can see it from the edge of town. You can see it from the edge of the orchard. It's just north of here. You can see it glowing. It glows a dark blood red. We've seen plenty of strange things in this forest. I didn't want to. We just wanted to make sure nothing was coming to attack us, nothing hurt us, and we sent somebody out, and they said it was fine. It was just a lake. There's nothing out there. But if you're saying that something's doing this, that's my best guess.
well, you said X. Have you been running into any
Aside from the occasional patrol from the wonderful neighbors we have up in that big hill off in the distance, no. We deal with obviously what the Broadreach has to offer us at all times, but never something that's out of the ordinary. Occasionally a hornsaw might make its way in our direction, and most of the time we're able to shoo it off. we have our mages, our wizards are usually able to put something together to shoo them away, drive them off, block things out. We have strong roots. We have strong walls. Our trunk is sturdy. No one's gonna knock us out of here. But we're not exactly known for going out and chasing things down. We're very good at apples, though.
Well, we actually heard some rumors about your lake.
You did?
Yeah, when we were in Horse Clan, right, guys?
Oh.
We did.
And
Although
go ahead.
they mentioned something far more sinister about the lake. Cleve, was it? You said they mentioned the dead were coming out of it.
The dead?
Yeah, that's what they
That's
were.
what I remember.
It was they were. To be fair, it was kids that were talking about it. So
children are prone to flights of fancy, but if I heard about a lake of blood in the region, I could see somebody making such a fanciful tale out of it. You sure they said the dead?
That's what I had in my
League.
notes. Sorry.
I don't think I got the
That was one of
Like-
mine.
Oh, okay.
Was
Yeah.
it? Oh, I had it listed.
Oh,
as
you were
treats, my
talking
bad.
that
Is
you
it?
overheard that at the table of the two
Kids,
drinking coffee.
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
They heard
I
scouts saw
mislabeled my
undead.
notes.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
The scouts saw undead in the area.
Right.
then the
they
kids
said
turned
Glimmer
around
to
and
tell
saw me.
again.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I just
The lake was-
mislabeled the rumors we heard.
So yeah, well, maybe there's some answers there, and I can let you know this, that she looks up. The half moon's about to turn tonight.
Could you give us directions to the lake?
Head out due north from the village. You'll see it.
You
Bale.
said something about a hag.
Oh, mentioning of curses, everybody knows about Dar al-Anat. They're the hags that occasionally make their way through the region. They're known for casting such unpleasantries on people.
Separating that player character, sieving it out.
Dar, D-A-R, space, lowercase a-l, space, capital A-N-N-O-T. Dar al-Anat.
Our neighbors.
Yeah, I can't tell if they were fucking against the side of our house briefly, or if there was maybe a child running through, and that was very
The
suspect.
children are rather heavy, so the falls would.
We do have some heavy neighbors.
Listen, I don't like kids.
I'm just trying to gauge where...
It sounded that direction.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get
That's
front yard.
Good neighbors are over there.
That's the cool neighbors.
Because that's the window in the
They
backyard.
can be loud. Okay.
Yeah.
Just weird and dissonant. It sounded like it was coming through our floor.
Yeah, and we're in a basement, so that's interesting.
Nerds in the basement.
So to quickly
Yeah.
move on. That's all I was meaning, is that there's something we've dealt with from time to time. They're the type that want to see her come back.
And there's rumors they're looking for the deathbed.
You've been hearing things about Doll and Not now?
The Mormo cultists.
Oh, sweetheart, they're more than Mormo cultists. They're her daughters. That's the progeny, the children, the hand of her. We don't like saying her name around here. She gets enough credit these days.
So sassy, I can't. Fuck.
I've been watching this. A couple of things have come on that have made this accent happen. So anyway, if you would, and her brow furrows a little bit. We'd be most appreciative. We'd be most appreciative. That's what I meant to say. We'd be most appreciative.
Or maybe in space battle. I don't,
No, different place, different accent.
We're in.
This is more this is more Pleasant,
Alabama.
Louisiana right now. What this is. What?
Just adorable. I love this character.
We'd be most appreciative.
In the same sense, have you heard anything about missing legionnaires? Anything you might have seen in the area?
Those boys did mention it once or twice. We haven't seen any. They're the only ones we've seen, aside from you now.
Well, you guys don't go out much, so yeah, I guess unless someone got lost in your orchards.
I have to get. I'm a group leader. I'm a bushel leader. I need to go make sure that they're taken care of. So you'll help us?
Yeah, we'll look into the lake.
It's almost like her freckles brighten up a little bit as she smiles, and she just. Okay. That is fantastic news. The second you find out anything, you come tell me.
Where will we find you at night?
At night?
I don't know. We're going out at night. What if we come back with information? Do we
Oh,
wait till morning to
no,
wake
no,
you
no,
up?
no,
Where
no,
do you
no.
live?
I understand. I'm sorry. I'm
Is that
sorry.
bad to ask where someone lives? Was that weird?
No. I run our cider mill. You can come find me in town. You see the big wheel next to the river.
Okay.
You can see there is a you can hear a river in the distance, and you can see a wheel on one of the buildings in town. It's dipping in, slowly turning right now.
I'm going swimming. Okay, I'm fine.
You're gonna need to go swimming soon. You're covered in mud.
Unless you're trying to disguise Kleeg's smell.
We can say that maybe the night with the Hollow Legionnaire, she did her best to just kind of
Wipe.
wipe it
bird
off.
bath.
Use like whatever creative way we'll say. Maybe use mending to
Plus
restore
also-
the clothes to their
Yeah.
not muddied. So
We could pour some water out on a rag and wipe you down.
Just kind of making do in the
I was
horse
making a joke as Cleek.
Oh.
This is Cleek's sense of humor.
You're surrounded. I'm so sorry. No, see,
No,
when
I
you make a
just- I
joke,
just
you have
love
to
the-
say it's a joke so that they know.
A very real
Oh.
meta conversation we just had in misunderstanding Queen's joke.
It makes it better.
Glorious, I know.
No, it's fine. Next time I mean something in a jest, I'll let you know it's meant to be a joke.
Yeah, I find that I have to let people know as well. It gets lost sometimes. I tried starting it with, I'm about to say a joke, and then saying the thing that's a joke, but I find that I forget what it was I was about to say as the joke when I preface the sentence with, I'm about to say a joke, rather than saying the joke and then saying that was a joke.
Okay. Good to know.
That's what I've found so far. In my 5 years here.
And a lot.
It's my, well, you know, I know a lot. What?
My brain is at ease. Good.
Okay.
I need to go run around the house really quick and just make sure there's nothing wrong.
That's fair. Weird sounds make me military clear rooms with a knife in the house, so not judging that.
All right. So she just walks over, grabs both of your hands, and just thank you so much. Again, the cider mill. Second, you know what's going on. You come and knock on my door.
Will do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And she turns and picks up her bushel, looks back at the four of you, the three of you, smiles, and then sees Jahari again, and just. This might fix it. And she turns and makes her way back out into the rows, leaving you to your own devices once more.
Did anyone get a whiff of her hair?
Jahari holding up his hands slowly.
Apparently that's rude.
Wait, but did it really smell good?
Yeah.
What does it smell like?
Apple blossoms. Yeah.
Sounds lovely.
It was. It was.
Well, maybe, if we could figure out the lake and the apple thing, we might have to talk to her long enough again you get off her hair without her noticing.
I think I learned my lesson. I think I think I'm fine. Yeah.
Got out of your system? Alright, never mind. I was going to try and motivate you, but never mind. You probably should go with us anyway.
I make that mistake a lot sometimes. I need to be reminded. And she did. So we're good. Lake?
Go. Yeah.
I suppose so. Due north, you said, of the village?
I know which way north is.
Here we go. We're already halfway there.
No one is half
No,
the
we
battle.
haven't started going yet, so we're
That
not...
was a joke.
Ah,
See, I told you that's how you do it. You got it.
I'm supposed to say it's a joke after I say it.
no, you're not. We'll work on that.
Maybe Jahari could teach us how to tell a joke.
I'm used to you not making jokes. So when you do make a joke, I'm still learning. You're doing fine.
You
Do
say
you-
so.
When do you want to go?
Well, they said that the glow happens at night, right?
Oh, well, how long were we traveling for? About what time of day? Oh, no.
It's
It's
the morning.
we traveled from the tents to 3 feet to the left where there were trees. How long did that take?
It's about 9 a.m. right now.
Oh,
Oh, Nanny, what are we gonna do until then?
We could check it out during the day.
that's a good point.
Let's see if anyone's there setting anything up.
Well, yeah.
I suppose, yeah,
It's easier to see in the daytime, even though I...
presumably.
What do you mean, presumably? Can you see at night?
The horn saw kind of makes that a little bit difficult sometimes. I don't know if you've had any trouble, but there's been some shadows that looked awfully dark. I couldn't see in them. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. It's just bloody dark in this forest.
If you stand next to me, there'll be less shadow.
You're not wrong.
Okay. Well,
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
We're good. We're good.
A resident bug zapper.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go check out the lake during the day. See if we can find anything.
Yeah, there might even be like signs of people who've been around, and we can look around for that.
Oh, all right then.
How do we find north?
Jahari knows what that is.
I know. I was just hoping that
He just points north.
There we go.
You can also look at the sun. It's morning, so that's east. He points to the east. So that means that's north.
It's a joke.
Let's go.
Shit. The trip is not far. You walk along a river, ever so slightly. You can see it just off to the east. It winds its way back towards Apple Clan, towards Gardnell, and flows away. As you're walking up, please make a perception test.
Natural 20.
Whoa.
6. It wet.
You wet.
18.
Okay. You notice, because you're behind Samira, Klieg is ahead, making sure things are taken care of, and Jahari's far enough away that he's... But you can see him, because he's always scouting a little bit ahead. And Martha notices that Samira's breath is frosting in the air.
very apropos. I have goosebumps right now.
You do, yeah.
But it's not that cold.
Yeah, Martha like tentatively looks down at the grass and like steps on it, listening to hear if it's crunchy grass.
It's not crunchy grass.
By the way, as we're leaving Apple Clan, Peek's trying to subtly eat.
That's easy enough to do. Yeah. He's far enough ahead. Jahari's far enough ahead. He wouldn't notice. And you're just sitting there snacking on bones.
Yep.
Trail
As we're
mix.
walking, I'm
Finger
walking
food.
ahead of people. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Bone apple teeth.
Oh god, that's doubly terrible. Because it sounds like you said apple as well.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh no!
This is the most appropriate moment for saying
Never
that
another
phrase.
moment.
There's layers.
I'm
There's
just gonna
layers
put
to
the
it
bone
that
Where's the
make
rubber
it
teeth?
perfect.
Yep. Nope. Crunchy.
I hate you all.
All right.
Fuck. The mother kind of reaches a hand out from behind and then like touches along Samira's arm. Hey, you
What?
okay?
You notice the breath as well as she calls attention to you.
I feel fine. I don't know what's causing this exactly.
Your cheeks were flushed before. Do you have a fever?
No, that's unrelated. No, I'm fine. That was nothing. But I don't know what could be causing this. It doesn't necessarily even feel cold.
Well, yeah, I was going to give you my next question. The grass doesn't feel cold. Do you feel cold?
As nothing feels like out of the order cold, I'm presuming that Samira feels like this is a normal temperature.
Yeah, it feels kind of like a normal temp. It feels pretty much normal
Okay.
for the season. The thing you notice is that it's not cold enough. Like, it's not that brisk morning cold that you should see. It's still warm enough that apple picking can be done. This isn't that crisp late fall kind of temperature. You're at that early fall, like apple harvest time.
Does the breath just dissipate in the air?
It puffs for a second in the air and then just kind of the way
Well, listen,
warm breath
I needed to know if it
in a
was
cold air.
picture wasn't ominously channeling in a direction.
No, it's not ominously with channeling in any direction.
Okay.
It's just puffing
I
outwards.
was worried for my very lively human friend. All right.
Samira just kind of exhales another couple of breaths and just watches it. Pauses, looks to Admatha, looks to Klieg, looks back to Admatha. Another of you will help me. Jahari!
Head pops
Klieg
up
immediately
out of him.
tucks a bone underneath the cloak.
Oh, sorry.
Jahari stands up from behind a bush. Yeah?
Have you noticed anything strange about... She's kind of looking, trying to squint so she can see your breath?
You're breathing, right?
Yes, of course I'm breathing. How do you think I'm speaking?
Can you...
We're not all ghosts.
Is there any, like...
As he's talking, there's puffs of smoke. He's like, huh.
Either that's a
Okay, that's
ghost,
weird.
Or...
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Doesn't feel that cold to you either.
No. In other news, Lake's right ahead.
Well, I can't help but think that's related.
Well, as long as you guys are alright, we might as well move forward, but... Like, you're still breathing, so...
At the moment, yes.
Well, this is good.
Hopefully for the future.
It means we can keep track of you breathing now. Isn't winter a wonderful time?
Certainly. I'm completely unsure of, like, having to keep track to see if I'm still breathing. What does that possibly mean?
It's a comfort. I can
don't want
see
to think
you're
about it
still
now.
breathing. I don't...
And she just kind of just takes that awkward anyway and moves up towards Jahari to get closer to the lake, presuming these two will follow.
Yeah.
Klieg turns and you just hear a couple of rapid fire crunching sounds and then they turn back with their mouth.
Like a chipmunk.
Oh my god.
Winces and swallows with it.
Oh.
Dry cereal.
Mm,
All right.
yum.
It's dry Captain Crunch.
They weren't
Oh.
a captain.
The top of your mouth.
Oh, they were! This is the wretched!
Yep.
They were a captain.
There you go.
No, why
Captain
is it
Crunch.
perfect?
I have to mark down my rations.
I thought you were about to mark down on this
Captain
day,
Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah, your rations last the longest, comparatively speaking.
Yeah.
So as you get closer, Jahari signals for you to get your heads down.
Ooh.
And we're going to make perception. Yes.
I guess you warned us this time.
Oh, God. Tell me.
You didn't just vanish.
Oh.
Are we
I hope one of us saw something,
No,
because I didn't.
I got a 17 in total.
I got a 7 in total.
yeah, I did really terrible too. I got a 6.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're a little distracted.
As you get forward, the edge of the lake, just through the trees, you're far enough away that you're not close enough to startle them. There is someone kneeling down next to the lake. From what you can see, it's a boy. No more than what you would best assume to be 16 human summers. Because they're an elf. They look like they must have just been reached adulthood. Their hair's cut short. Peach fuzz level of hair. Not full on razored down, but maybe they had and then have let their hair grow back in since then. Along their arms, twisting vines, apple blossoms. Twisting branches, I should say. Apple blossoms. On their neck, a bushel can be seen with red within said bushel. They wear simple robes, sleeves rolled up to the shoulders, and they're currently dipping their hands into the water and running it up their arms and then pushing it over their face. Cleaning themselves, looks to be. The lake is 150 feet across. Pretty much circular. Doesn't look to be too deep. It's fed from a river further north of it. And a river to the southeast. Runs out, the one that runs over to the Apple Clan village, Gardnell. You said you rolled a 17? What did Martha get again?
6.
Okay, so I thought you had rolled better. I knew.
Usually she does well. I rolled a 2.
Ah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Both of you see that. Klieg, you see resting on the ground is a staff. There look to be stones in it. One at the head, and then several. Looks like they're wedged into splits where branches may have forked off at other points. And as you're kneeling down, or at least Jahari has asked you to crouch down, Jahari just kind of leans to you and says, were we expecting someone?
I mean, people live here. I don't know.
Okay.
Seems strange that they're from the Apple Clan and not helping harvest if it's such a big thing.
That's why I recognize the tattoos. You must be from Apple Clan.
We could creepily watch until they do anything else. See if they do
There's a
anything while
staff
you're
on the ground.
Wind.
looking as you pointed out. Everybody can see it. It doesn't look like it'd be sturdy enough to be like a weapon, like a club, or maybe it's a child's, or like just it could be a makeshift club if it were to be
But
used
it's
that way.
very ornate to be
But
a
it
club.
wasn't. It was not. Obviously, it was not built to be a club. There's ways you can take driftwood or just dead wood and turn it into something that's usable as a club. Wood usable as wood.
Very
Yep,
efficient.
it's wood.
If it floats, it's a witch. Burn it!
How do you know?
So we can use fortune for mana, right?
Yes, you may.
Would you be okay with me detecting magic without touching into my personal pool?
Yes.
If we're
Yeah.
gonna creep on someone, we might as
That
well.
definitely is going to up fate if you do.
Yeah. If we're gonna creep on them, we might as well creep the best way we can creep.
Mhm.
Sometimes
magically, yeah.
Sometimes my eyes don't catch everything. Like, I didn't notice the stick on the ground, but maybe I just need to look a little bit harder. And she kind of squints again, and the different array of eyes start popping into the honeycomb holes in her halo. And I'm just gonna use detect magic.
Okay. As you cast detect magic, you start to see intelligence arcana. You're seeing energy. I want to see how I should describe it to interpret it to you.
Okay.
It's easier to just describe with interpretations and context implied, or just to describe it.
Can I reroll it? We're already fucked. Like,
Sure.
look at that! Look at
Why
that
not?
fate.
Rerolls right now aren't causing issue.
Okay. That's better. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
23. Okay. This washing is ceremonial. Because every time he washes over his face, you can see there was abjuration magic on him, and he is washing it away with cold lake water. And as he does so, with every wash, you see the energy flowing off of him. You see new energy coming to the fore. Necrotic energy coming to the fore. You see swirls of dark magic. Swirls of death magic. I'm gonna have to start thinking about how I'm gonna start describing different elements. I need to make an element chart for this, for the setting, for me. I don't like just using the schools of magic.
Yeah, also
School
they're
of Magic
confusing for me.
School of Magic does not describe energy to me.
Yeah.
School of Magic describes technique.
Also, some of the schools of magic, I mentally don't always.
They don't line up right.
Yeah.
Sometimes enchantment covers way too many things. Honestly, it lets me craft weapons. It lets me enhance people. It lets me mind control people. It's too many things are under enchantment magic.
That's why I've always had a
So,
little bit of a hard time remembering certain things.
I would much rather create elementals and create a magic wheel, so to speak. I might just start using terms from Mage just to define those. Something that Path also puts out. All right. So you see the warding magic washing away, and that energy kind of fading off of him, and you see death magic, entropic energy starting to swirl about him, necrotic in its nature.
Well, we. Okay. It's not just going for a splash. He's doing something. He's washing away whatever warding magic that was on them, and looks like they're harnessing like a necrotic energy, kind of like what I felt pulsing in the trees, but I can't tell if they're doing it intentionally as if to collect it Like if this is a harvest themselves or if it's accidental in terms of the water. With that said, I don't know if I would go to this lake for just a wash. This
Is there
seems
energy in the water?
it's lake. How's the lake look? Or is it centered around?
You know what? The lake, as you're looking at it, you can see something in the shoreline.
Where they meet water and earth.
Where water and earth are, just along the shoreline. Maybe a couple of feet out beneath the earth, you can feel that pulsing heartbeat.
And this lake runs into the river that
This is a lake that it's a river feeds it and then it dumps out. It's like a pass-through river. I pass-through lake. I don't know what those are specifically referred to.
Yeah, I was asking the river that runs through the clan?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like there's something strange about where a little like close in, not too deep into the river itself, but along the edge maybe. We could ask. She sort of smirks shyly.
We could warn them if we don't think they're doing it intentionally.
No, I think they're doing it intentionally. Like gut.
So Klieg readies the weapon.
I mean, just gut feeling. I don't know. Because like I said, it's not like this. You pointed it out as well. They're in the middle of a harvest. If someone of positive intent, they're washing away that warding, and instead it's being replaced by something foul. I don't know. It's all very. I could keep watching and seeing what they do, but we could.
If it's necrotic, it might take kindly to me.
No point.
I mean, also I know lots of people who have used entropic energies that hate you. I don't know if that really lines up.
I was thinking someone doing something to the clan.
Oh, maybe if you're hoping that. Well, they have the tattoos of the clan. It doesn't look like they're from where you are. Were.
Doesn't mean they're not connected somehow.
I just, you could just talk to them. And she turns to Samira. People like when you talk to them. Much better. And I've noticed every foul interaction I've had today probably could have gone better if you were the one having it. So I think it's your turn.
So we talk to them. See what happens. Work from there.
I think so.
All right. What is your action here? What do you do?
We have to hydrate.
No, technically that's Hydrate the Dead. That's for our little ghost pet that the channel has. I had to put it on this overlay, but yeah, you're dead too, so let's go, you and I.
I thought it was for me! I'm fine.
I haven't put him on this overlay yet. He's a secret pet. He's on our Devil's Playground overlay.
My Twitch.
We have a Tamagotchi.
We have a ghost Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I installed a Tamagotchi.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I didn't see that message.
All right.
My Twitch has been acting up.
That's a redemption.
Yeah.
Bits. It lets us know.
Yeah, I didn't see it in the chat in my app, so I restarted
I didn't know if that showed up for.
It does. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What are your actions you're taking? What is Jahari doing in this moment?
Staying back as backup.
Yeah.
I would think so.
In case things go poorly, ready your bow.
Okay.
Well, how do you think we should approach them?
Torn.
Between what? Okay, you get two options, and then there's two of us, and we'll make a vote. Go.
Oh. I'm just debating how we approach. Well, how do we approach someone without startling them? I really want
You
to put them
startle
at
them.
ease.
Yeah, I think
suppose
honestly we
that's
could
really the only
startle
choice.
them and see how they respond to being startled. If they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, they'll probably be way more upset about being walked up upon. If they're doing something that is not terrible and they're not guilty, then they shouldn't mind, right?
Exactly.
I suppose
Cookie
not.
jar logic.
Ah, all right. I suppose I'm going first then, or are you two both staying behind?
No, I'm staying right with you.
Oh.
If things go poorly.
Okay. Then I guess Samira will. I guess like Samira and Klieg will probably move just a little bit away from Admatha and Jahari so as to not quite literally come from the same place. And in the most blatant sense, we'll just stand to their full heights and walk out of the forest and just approach the young boy and something as simple as waving and saying, "Hail!"
Okay. You get several. You get a little bit of ways out, and then there's a moment where water is being splashed over his head, and he looks up and blinks, and you say, "Hail!" He immediately reaches down for his staff, stands up, clutches it in a defensive position, and with his eyes still kind of covered in water, "Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?"
We come from the Apple Clan village. We're not of the village, but we come from there. Should you not be at the harvest with the others?
What are you asking? What are you asking for?
I already forgot her name. I'm the worst.
Uh,
It is Usana. Okay.
Yeah, Usana.
For some reason I thought that was wrong. Usana actually sent us out this way.
Usana sent you looking for me?
Not for you specifically. More to the lake itself. We were simply asking questions. She sent us up this way. Not after reminding us how important it was for your clan to be at their harvest.
Yeah, I was just washing my face. I needed to step away. I go for walks in the morning.
With magic?
What do you mean with magic?
Is that not what you were doing?
I was washing my face.
When we were in the Apple Clan village, I know the elder had a staff. Did we see many others, or did we see any that were like the one he's carrying?
Not specifically.
Okay. So well, I guess what I can phrase this as is, would it be strange that he would be carrying one? Or is there anything that would stand out about it?
I mean, it you might make the connection that he's that he can use magic.
Okay.
Maybe it does look more like if it were to be something, like I said, it's not really a weapon. It could maybe be like a personal magical implement, focus.
Okay, so there's nothing necessarily like outright bizarre about that.
Something might be cursing this lake. You keep bathing yourself in it, it could curse you too.
What are you talking about? It's lake's fine.
No, it isn't.
Martha's head in distance pops up. No, it's not. Shit.
How many of you are there?
Just to the three of us.
3. Asking about questions, knowing saying the lake is cursed. That's affecting. I think I can handle 3. And he jabs his staff into the ground. And in the dirt near your feet, there is a rumble skeletal arms burst out of the ground and grab to the floor and start pulling themselves up. Dirt pouring from their eyes and mouths, gripping at rusted blades, and scraps of armor strapped across their bodies. And we're going to get to initiative on our next episode.
What? I was afraid you were gonna go there.
Wait, what?
Check out Devil's Luck Gaming, live on Twitch every week, with TTRPG actual plays, crafting, and gaming streams. Head to @Team Devil's Luck on Twitter, or join our Discord for live notifications so that you know when the seals have been broken.